All right, y'all, welcome back. It's Albert LaBelle, and we got something beautiful to take a look at this time that comes to us from Multipick. As you can see right here, Multipick. What this is the 19-piece Elite Champion pick set. What they did is they got a hold of Christian Holler that also goes by Decoder. And they basically, like I said, they got a hold of him and they asked him to kind of put together a pick set or help them put together a pick set. And this is what they come up with. By the way, this beautiful soft leather case. I mean, you can see it's genuine leather. It's just really nice. And this flap right here, so when it's closed, none of that stuff can slide out, as you can tell. So what I like to do is just take this bad boy, slide it back, bada boom, bada bang. So, yeah. And this isn't one champion agreeing with another by any means whatsoever, but I got to tell you, the several years I've been into lock picking, this is a pick set that I would put together myself. It's just perfect in my opinion. I mean, for a 19-piece pick set. Now, there, if you wanted to make it bigger, yeah, I'd add a couple more things, make it smaller, take a couple away, but it's a beautiful pick set. So what we have is we got two different gauges over here. All right. I did make note over here. I will get to. So we've got some that are 0.6 millimeter and we got some that are 0.4 millimeter. So the 0.6 millimeter are about 23 thousandths and the 0.4 are about 16 thousandths. You can see there. Very flexible. And then we've got a list of tension tools over here. We'll not go through every single one of them, but I will go from my notes over here. We've got, see, what I noticed is none of these are marked on the tension tools themselves, but you can see some are a little bit thicker than others. There we go. There's a thinner one. See the difference in the gauges on there? But I also like the fact that it's got these short ends on it right there, and I'll get to why. They do have some of the longer ones in here too, though. Because again, it was put together by a guy that knows what the heck he's doing. Let me put these back in here like this. And let me show you something else. Some of these are also shaved. And if you've been picking locks for any amount of time, you know that comes in very handy. What I noticed what it does is I've done it to some of mine. As you can see right here. This is one of mine. I shaved the side of it right there. What it does for me is that for some reason, it just works. It just keeps these tension tools from doing this on you, from flopping over when you're using them. Also helps you fit different types of keyways because you want them tension tools to be as tight as possible. So what a lot of people don't understand is when you're picking a lock, tensioning is half of it. If not more sometimes. You really need, on decent, now they're cheap locks, you really just need to put some rotational tension, shove the pins up, and it's going to open. On a good lock, you're really going to need to control that core and bring it back and forth. You're going to have to control that while you're picking on the pins. So it's very important. I like to have the tension tool as tight in that core as possible so I get no flop. I want full control of that core, if possible. So yeah, really nice selection of tension tools. Really nice selection of hooks. There are a couple. There's this, what do they call this little guy right here? I forget. Decoder single, I think they call this one. Let me make sure. Yeah, Decoder single, because they call this dude. By the way, this one over here goes with those. It's the 0.6 millimeter, but you see the single and the Decoder single. Decoder double. But very, very nice choice again. And these are all marked. They put date stamps in these, manufacturing date. So it's really neat. Know when they were made. So yeah, what do we got? We got that single Decoder. Beautiful choice of hooks. Now you're going to get 5 of each again. 5 of the 0.6 millimeter and 5 of the 4 millimeter. If you noticed, some of these are shaped. Let me see if I can find mine. Oh, right here. This is the SS Devs. Well, German picks, right? SS Devs, German. So you see some of these profiles right here are very much like those. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? So yeah, really nice profiles. You got a nice high hook right here. We're getting back there on some of them really high pins in the back. And then it just kind of slowly works its way down until you get to this dude right here. Is one of my favorites. I've been using this one the last, I don't know, about a week and a half or so. Beautiful, beautiful profile right there. Love that pick. It's shaved just a little bit. If you notice it on the bottom right there. And it just works. It just works. So somebody figured out to do that. Could have been Christian, could have been Multipick, I don't know, could have been a multitude of people. But yeah, that thing just works really, really good. One of my favorite picks in this whole set right there is that profile right there. Beautiful, beautiful pick. So that one there. And again, these are all marked on the handles. I did notice something I'm going to point out right now though with this leather case. While it does fit all this stuff really, really nice, these pockets in the back, see these are laminated. There's the pick steel and then there's another layer on each side of the same steel, spot welded. So you see how tight they fit in here. I'll put one in the back. And then if you try putting another one in the front, you see how tight that is? So, not sure how you're going to use all of them pockets. You might have to use the pockets in the back for picks with no handles. I'm not sure, but you can see it does get really, really tight when you try to double these up. You see that leather stretching? So a little bit tight there. I was thinking you might be able to take something like some mink oil and put it on the leather to loosen it up a little bit. That might help. Or just getting broke in might help too. I don't know. But they are pretty darn tight. So just wanted to point that out. But again, 5 of these over here, the 6mm. 5 over here of the 0.4mm too. And again, you get that beautiful, that one I was talking about, my favorite profile. In the thinner pick right there. There's that profile again. It's just beautiful. That thing works great. I've been using that on several different types of locks. Matter of fact, we'll pick a lock with the other one, I guess. And the tension tools. So you get a very nice choice of tension tools. Got a pretty basic one here, the twisted. We're all familiar with that. Or that type of tension tool. And they got some of the smaller pockets for these two over here. Notice that? See the smaller pockets these fit into? So that's nice. And these other ones over here. Let's grab a couple out of here. So all these short ones that are cut short right there. You got different widths and gauges. So you notice the widths on them right there. And the thickness. So it's more likely you're going to find one. You get some thick ones too. There's a really thick one right here. Yeah, right there. And different gauges. Because again, you want that thing real tight in that core. Because you want to control that core as much as possible on good locks. Let me put these bad boys back in here. There's a big pocket over here too. I guess you can use that for maybe a custom pick with a handle on it, but it's a little bit bigger. And so is that pocket over here. So you can switch it up. Just add a few of your own picks. Multipick does sell single picks, so you can grab some of their single picks and fill up the rest of the pockets. So yeah, let's just grab this POS right here. And I'll show you what I'm talking about with this thick. I'm going to use it in the bottom right here. Because what it's going to do for me is 2 things. It fits nice and snug. But it's also going to keep the pick from falling down into the gutter or the bottom of the lock. So let me grab that beautiful profile right there. And I'll show you how quick we can make work of this. Pop, 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 pop. Let it drop. But that hook just fits back there real nice. I overset that because I'm being overzealous. Let it drop. Boom. Boom. Send those spools home. See that counter rotation? Boom. Spool pin. Bring it back. Boom. Just like that. So like I said, what it does is two things. It fits good in the lock because it's thick. And it keeps the pick from falling down into the bottom of the lock. So what you want is the most control you can get out of that core so you can work it back and forth while you're picking the lock. But yeah, I think they did a fantastic job, and I think Christian did a fantastic job of his choice of picks right here because, again, there's no fillers in here, man. There's none of those just funky tools that you're never going to use. All this stuff is stuff that I use all the time, personally. This one right here, maybe not, but I'd use this one myself for zipping. Stick it in the back of the lock and just pull that sucker out. That's what I'd use it for. But you can also flip it around. But yeah, I'd use something like that for zipping. Easier locks. But there it is. That's the 19-piece Champion pick set by Multipick with a little help from Christian Holler, also known as Decoder. But yeah, get over to the website, check it out. I'm going to leave a link for this down at the bottom, down in the description section of this video. And thank you all so much for tuning in. Remember, if you're not subscribed yet, you need to do so because all the cool people are doing it and you don't want to be left out. Thank you.